So, I will be talking about my experience of scoring 135 in my Duolingo examination. I have given it on 3rd July 2024, so it's a very recent time. So, I'm sharing my experience of how it was to give the exam and what are the challenges that I faced while giving the exam. Um, it's it's my experience, so it can be different in your case. So, let's start. What is Duolingo? Duolingo is a standardized test of the English language. It tests your proficiency on the language. It's a very convenient because you can take it from home. It's an online test rather than a paper-based test, which is in TOEFL or the other one that is IELTS. It can be taken from anywhere and anytime. So it's very convenient and easy test because it is given from home at your convenience. This is the difference between the three tests. Different mode, different fee structure, duration is different, and result declaration time is also different. So you need to understand which suits you and then give the test, because you might not be comfortable in giving Duolingo. You might be comfortable in giving paper based tests. So Duolingo is not a paper based test, so you need to understand that there are three sections. One is Duolingo introduction and onboarding. Second, adaptive section, where reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills are evaluated. And the third is video interview. Three sections are very important. You need to give proper attention in three sections. You need to understand that it is important to get a good score in adaptive and video interview. First is the introduction, where the inspection of your camera, microphone, and speaker takes place, and the applicant is required to submit a government ID. In my case, they have asked for passport. I am from India. In other cases, in other countries, driving license is also a valid proof, but in my case, they have asked specifically for passport. And the third thing is to read the instruction. Adaptive test. What are the things that are there in the adaptive test? Find the correct word, fill in the blanks, read aloud sentences, write a sentence after listening it, fill in the blanks in a para, and comprehension. So these are very basic but important things. You need to focus on these things. Find the words. Words will be given. You have to say it is a correct English word or not. In video recording, you must speak for 3 to 4 minutes on one topic that is given by the examiner, and you have to write for 3 to 5 minutes on the subject that is given in the writing exam part. So it's very important that you are thorough with the English language, you can speak well, as well as you have a good vocabulary to fill in the writing part. Tips on the day of the exam. Firstly, we have to buy the exam. Secondly, you have 21 days to take the test. As per the exam rule, you have 5 minutes to check all the setting. If you are not eligible, they will at the moment say that you are not eligible because the camera setting is not right, or the audio is not proper, or you are using earpod, or your face is not visible. So these are the important things that you need to understand. My experience, I have given TOEFL once 2 years ago. So I have a little bit of preparation before giving the Duolingo test. I started preparing 2 months earlier. Every day I gave the practice test. I have also seen some videos of people who have given and scored high marks. And I have heard English podcast and videos about recent topics and read magazines and newspaper. So for me, the most hard part in the exam was the speaking, because speaking fluently and correctly is very important. Speaking slowly helps us to pronounce word very easily, and we can clearly express what we want to say. Speaking fast help in showing our fluency. But so it is very important to understand the difference between the two and then start practicing. The section where one has to speak about the picture, it is important to use complex sentence where I have seen it help in securing good marks. Slowly and clearly is very important. Fast is not important in this exam. You have to analyze the exam and then feel and write about it. So thank you and good luck to everyone. I know this video doesn't suffice what an English test should say, but these are my tricks and tips, and I would be very happy if you ask me questions in the comment section. I will be very happy to answer everyone. And if you think that I have missed or I have not said about a particular thing, kindly say and I will